Hello, world. Thank you for coming to my channel, The Life of Poon. And before I get started, I want to say thank you for coming to my channel. I truly appreciate it. I am truly grateful for this opportunity to open up because like I said previously, I will always suppress myself, always suppress my feelings, and just try to always work through them. Not work through them in a healthy way, but work through it with actual jobs. And I needed this moment to fully come out here and say my story, and I'm so grateful for it. I am so thankful to be able to tell my testimony because I never thought that I was ever going to be able to do this. And I just want to take in this moment and really just take it all in. Okay, so let's get started. I want to talk about how I gave up on myself. And ultimately, make a long story short, I gave up on myself probably around the time that I started having sex. And it was simply because I let myself lose control because I felt ashamed, I felt lost, I felt lonely, I felt like no one understood me, and I didn't respect me because others didn't respect me. And now saying it out loud, hopefully you can see and hopefully you can learn from that ultimately that doesn't make sense. If others don't respect me, if others don't respect you, you still have to stand in your power and really continue being you. Do not let other people dictate your life. And I'm going to tell you how I let someone dictate my self-esteem. I remember being in ninth grade and I wasn't having sex at the time. And I was hanging out with a group of friends, gay males, and we were all just having fun, just chilling, all just like getting our jush, like living life, being us. And one of the guys that was there called me a hoe. I don't even know where he got that from. I don't even know why he said that, but he said that because he was dancing with his own demons. And now I know, but at the time I didn't. And I was like, is this what people think of me? Why do he think that of me? I'm not even having sex. But instead of taking back my power, what I did was let him dictate my self-esteem. And I thought low of myself. Quick and easy as that. Real quick. And I had to learn that I cannot let people do that to me. Other people's opinion of me and other people's words cannot affect me. I have to stand in my own power. I have to stand in my own truth. And I have to be who I am at all times. But me being young, me being naive, I didn't. And it was kind of backwards now that I look at it. And that's why I'm sharing this story. So maybe you can understand your past and others growing up can know what not to do. So I let him dictate my self-esteem, and I felt as though, oh, if he think that, others may think that, so I might as well come out here and have fun. Wrong state of mind. So I gave up on myself. I started sleeping with others to make me feel better, to make me feel worthy, to make me to make me feel better about myself and not feel ashamed. And I was doing myself a disservice by doing that. By thinking that other people was going to make me happy, but ultimately I had to make myself happy by not feeling ashamed of who I was, not feeling like a burden, not feeling like I was always lost, not feeling like I was always doing something wrong, because I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just living my life, and other people was hating. Other people were jealous because of my aura, and I didn't see that at the time. So I let him dictate my self-esteem, which ultimately hurt my future, because I was trying to cure my loneliness, cure my feelings of feeling ashamed, cure my thoughts of feeling less than by relying on other people, by relying on getting into relationships to make me feel better, by relying on sleeping, taking my clothes off, and feeling the comfort of others just for like 15 minutes just to get my mind off of the feelings of negativity that I was feeling. And it was one of those things that I really had to learn from, and one of those things that I can't take it back, and I can't wish for anything else to be different, because ultimately it brought me to this point right here to say that I have to stand in my power and not care what other people excuse me. Whew. It had to bring me back to this point, and I'm not editing that out. It had to bring me to this moment to realize that I have to stand in my power to really be self-sufficient, to be self-confident in myself, that no matter what people say and what people think about me, I'm going to stand and fight for who I am. I'm going to do what I have to do with my life regardless of what other people are going to think. I have to stand in my intuition and my guidance within myself and what I know is good for my life, and not be affected by other people. Because you see, he only said that because he was hating, and he only said that because he wanted to sleep with me. And it's people like that that bring this world down. Because he tried to bring me down. And he brought me down for some time, because I always had that in the back of my mind. And I always felt like what he said just played into my negative mindset of feeling ashamed about myself, and played into that negative part of my mind that I just felt like I wasn't worthy. So he just went into his negative hole. I'm not going to go into his story, but clearly our paths is on two different levels. And not saying that I'm better than anyone, but you can see the way that his life turned out and the way my life turned out. And I had to ultimately forgive him, because he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know what he was saying. And he probably still don't even know to this day how that affected me. So I had to forgive him, because he no longer can be in my mental and no longer can affect my judgment on myself. And it ultimately, like I said, made me realize that I am worthy. I am this loving person, and I never was a hoe to begin with. But I did have my fun. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that, Miss Thing. I'm not gonna do that. But what I am gonna say is that he tried to bring me down, and he did, because I allowed him to. Because I didn't stand in my power and be like, what are you talking about? And get him together. What I did was had an internal battle with myself for something someone else said to me. And it goes to show you that if you don't stand in your power, someone else will dictate your self-esteem, and your self-esteem, by them dictating your self-esteem, will affect your future in a negative way. Stand in your power. Be who you are. Love you regardless. If you a hoe, love you. Because in all honesty, if you being a hoe, you're not loving yourself. And I had to realize that I wasn't loving myself, because ultimately I was looking at others to love me. So with that being said, I want to thank you, and I truly appreciate you coming to my channel. I am grateful for this moment. And like, share, subscribe, do what you got to do, homegirl. Send it to your homegirl, send it to your homeboy, because the negativity has to stop. So look within inside yourself and decide what needs to go, what needs to change, because in all honesty, some of those negative things didn't even come from you. It came from you listening to other people's negativity.